Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? Alright, so this week I got a call from Tesla. You know, Tesla, the big company that makes all the electric cars, saying they want to invite me to a test drive by myself in a car, and they said, which car do I want? So I picked the Model X, so obviously as you guys can tell from the title, this video is going to be a review on the Tesla Model X performance. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Alright guys, so let's get right into the specs and the breakdown. So right now, currently offered by Tesla is a long range and a performance variant. On the long range, you have 325 miles, 4.4 seconds 0 to 60. It weighs 5,400 pounds and it's priced at $85,000. Now with the performance, you actually get 20 miles less range, a crazy fast 0 to 60 of 2.7 seconds. This is the one I drove and we'll see that in the driving portion. It weighs more, which is interesting for a performance variant to weigh more, but I'm sure that's due to the beefed up motors and electrical components that I'm not really familiar with in order for it to withstand the higher loads from the batteries and whatnot. It's priced at $105,000. It comes with red brakes, which is really cool. And the one other way you can distinguish it on the road is under the dual motors badge in the back, there's a line under it. Other than that, it will not say performance anywhere on the outside of the car. Going on to other features, it comes with autopilot, but for the full self-driving, that's an option. As we've seen, there have been software updates coming out for the full self-driving optioned cars, and the new ones that will be coming out are traffic light recognition and stuff like that. So one cool thing is this is a future-proof feature. You're paying $6,000 for it. Software update 10.0 did come out with the infamous summon feature, which literally will take the car out of its parking spot and come to where you are. Look that up. There's videos showing it works. There's some videos showing it obviously has its flaws. It is beta. So yeah, it's cool, it's futuristic, and it's available. Going on to the highlights, it is the fastest SUV in the world for an electric car. It also for non-electric cars. It is the safest SUV in the world. They could not get this thing to flip over no matter what they did, and it was mainly because of the low center of gravity. And that's something really, nice to know when you're in an SUV and you have, family members, friends, and a lot of people in the car, is to know that you're in a safe car. It's got the highest range in its class for an electric car. Honestly, can you really name other electric cars that are currently in production at the same level of Tesla? It's all-wheel drive, and it's got the cool Falcon doors. Those are cool. Practical, I wouldn't say that's the right word to describe them. They have some pros that that they tout in terms of making it very easy to get in the car, to get out of. But if it does see something, it will stop. It will not continue to open up, and that will make it difficult to get out of the car at times. I've personally experienced that. Now some drawbacks. So since this has a really large front windshield and a lot of glass, it does get very hot on the inside. Yes, it is tinted, but heat can still get in. So there are a lot of people on the forums that discuss getting additional screens and shields on the windscreen in order to reduce the amount of sunlight and heat that gets in the car. In addition, you do have a huge touchscreen with a lot of features and new capability with Spotify and Netflix and whatnot now. But it does take a good amount to learn. Just like when you first got an iPhone, you gotta learn how to use it. Learn how to use this car before you drive it. Biggest recommendation, because everything is on a touchscreen. There are no knobs that you can just feel with your hand while your eyes are on the road. So learn where all the controls are before you get in the car. I'd highly recommend that. On the road is not when you want to find out how to change the climate controls, because that's just not safe for you or anyone around you. Same thing with autopilot. If you're going to learn how to use that feature, do it in a safe environment where somewhere you've driven before and maybe there's not a lot of traffic, because this is something you want to actually know how to use, and it's not something you want to learn when you're also in an unfamiliar place, and that just increases the risk of things going wrong. So those are my biggest highlights and features and drawbacks of the Tesla Model X. We'll take it on a drive and just see how crazy it is, as well as how practical it is to drive day to day. All right guys, so we just got in the car, and yeah, first impressions, it drives like an electric car, it drives like a Tesla. So there's no noise, you don't hear an engine start up, everything's very quiet. And on top of that, there's that regeneration. There's that brake regeneration, so to speak. And the way it works is once you let off, it's going to really start slowing you down pretty aggressively to charge up the batteries. And that's the case with all Teslas. You can disable it though if you're not so used to it. Just turn here, and it pulls. So like we're in sport mode right now. Oh my god, like the torque is just there, and it's consistent. There's no changes in that torque curve as long as you're holding it down. The only thing you'll start to hear is the wind noise, which is really trippy, as well as some like motor whine, the battery whine, but that's just an attribute of electric motors. So one thing I'm going to try here is ludicrous mode. It's what it's known for. So we're going to our drive modes here. We're going to go into driving. We're going to do ludicrous max power. Okay, select max power to condition the battery. Max power. Select max battery power to condition your batteries as low. Alright guys, so we're in ludicrous mode right now. I'm at a stop sign, and this is the opportunity to test the 2.7 seconds 0 to 60. Holy sh! That was 60. Oh my god. There was a little bit of wheel slip. I did hear the tires chirp a little bit, but everyone's behind me. There's literally, I'm like caught up with the traffic that was just, getting through the intersection. Oh my god. Okay, let's go back to sport mode. That was insane. And it's an SUV. You can carry 6 other people in here. Well, 5 I think. No, 7 in this case. Oh my god. So yeah, it's the ultimate soccer mom car, And there's so much more this thing offers outside of performance, and we'll get into that right now. So I'm gonna get onto the freeway to test the autopilot feature, which is pretty cool. It's what's on the Model 3, and I did a review on that as well. But there is some slight differences since this car did come out before that. One thing I do want to note right here real quick is since this car came out before the Model 3, the turn signal came off of a Mercedes. It was from a Mercedes parts bin. So it does not come back up after you've signaled to turn for it to come and switch lanes between autopilot. You'll have to bring it up, or else the turn signal light will be on and everyone will look at you weird and think you're going to change lanes. So something to keep in mind, it is unique to this as opposed to the Model 3. Let's do the test drive. So on the autopilot. So you got this knob down here where you can determine the amount of car lengths you want to stay in front of you. I'm going to be at 2, and I'm going to go 2 clicks down. And now it's set my speed at 70 miles an hour. It is got that blue light, meaning autopilot is engaged. And if I want to go up 5 miles an hour, I'll just do 2 notches up on that column. If I want to go 5 miles an hour slower, I just do 2 notches down. If you go right before that second notch, it'll just go in increments of 1 mile per hour. But yeah, so I think, hold up. I don't know if it's actually going to keep my lane. I think it's just cruise control. Hold up. Is it going to keep my lane? Let's see. Let's see. No, I don't think it's okay, so it's 2 notches towards you, and now I got full autopilot. I'm gonna go up 5 miles an hour, and then I'm gonna switch lanes. So I'm gonna put the turn signal, hands are off the wheel, and it is now turning lanes for me. And hopefully it does not, it straightens itself out. Yeah, it just did. Oh my god. So, and then I just, it actually just gotta turn off the turn signal. That's pretty impressive that this car can do that. I'm gonna go up another 5 miles an hour. Get up to speed with traffic. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have to get off at this next segment. So I'm gonna slow down 10 miles an hour, let the car in front of me pass. It's kind of just like, it's so easy. I never thought this is gonna be as easy as it is. And I'm gonna switch lanes, have it determine when it sees fit, and now it's just gonna go. And it's advised you have your hands on the wheel at all times. It's advised, this is still in beta, so you don't want to have it engaged again. So I can get off over here at Clear My Mesa Boulevard. You know what? I'm gonna take over on the steering wheel. Oh my god, that was a little weird. It was weird getting a control from an autopilot system after it's been disengaged. But yeah, it's pretty intuitive. Oh my god. Yeah, so it pulls of the autopilot lever for you, and then yeah, so let's take it on a turn here. You can feel that mass. Just, oh my God, Jesus. And it exits the corner like a race car. But that's not what people care about. Let's talk about practicality. This thing seats 7 people, like I said. There's options for 5 and 6. Where you get the 6-seat setup is you have like a hallway or a little walkway in the middle, and there are 2 individual bucket seats. So that's something to keep in mind. And then a bench in the rear. I think that's the ultimate setup. And if you look at how that 2-seat middle row is set up, it's got these cool little they're cool little stands which it moves on, so you can move it forward and stuff for people to easily get in the back if they don't want to go through that center walkway. Let's get onto the freeway here, and then we're just gonna blow right by everyone. Let's see if we can catch up to that pickup truck. Think we can do it? You think we can do it? Oh yeah, we can do it, no problem. Jeez. Oh man. So yeah, and the thing is, this thing gets a lot of range. I think it's around the 300 mile. I'll put the official number right here for the performance variant. There's a long range in the performance. So whereas Tesla used to have the P and then put the kilowatt hours of the battery pack as the specs for the different trims, they just put it into 2. They simplified their lineup, which I think is a smart move, because either you care about performance in that crazy ludicrous mode as you saw here, or you don't, and you're just going to drive it for the efficiency and the niceties of an electric car. From a fit and finish standpoint, this car is just, it's engineered really well. There's no creaks, no rattles, nothing. It feels solid. It feels like a solidly built car. But one thing that's pretty cool is it's got carbon fiber, and it looks real. I'll be honest, because it's got, you can see a little bit of imperfections in the weave, but I know that's not a good way of finding out if it's real or not. But honestly, that's a cool feature. They're trying to actually put real carbon fiber. You got your glove compartment open button right there, but it is not automatic close and open. So something to keep in mind here. All right, overall, I mean, I feel like this vehicle really does almost anything you can expect for a family car that happens to be electric. It's not that the electric portion of this car really makes it a setback. It just makes it a part of the car, and it feels really natural. I think that's the biggest compliment I can give this car. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.